Hello, Emily Lisbeth in YouTube. I'm bringing you reason number 28 why we're nerds. And I think this is reason number 9 why I'm a nerd. And this reason is I know how to program, like write computer stuff and make computers do things. And I had this whole glorious plan of like showing you me programming on the computer screen using this really nifty program called Jing, which I learned about in my last computer science class I took. I think it was called Software Systems and Development. I was planning on doing that, but the program failed, and it's actually been failing for a while, but like I had this thought in my head that I might be able to do it and I couldn't. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you about the languages that I know and what I can do with them, I guess. I know vaguely Python a little bit. I know vaguely Unix scripting, which was what the last class I took was pretty much in, was Unix scripting. So I can make it do some things that I want it to do, like I can sort lists and stuff. I can pretty well use C and C++, like I'm pretty good at those. And I use one program that's Fortran, but I have no idea how to program in Fortran. So I would say that C is kind of the basic one that most people learn. I think most people know C or Java. I don't know Java. I should probably know Java, but I don't. Yes, so I know C, and I mostly program on a Windows machine, of course, except when I'm programming Linux or Unix type stuff, then I would have to be using a Unix machine. So Linux comes in a bunch of different forms. It's not just Linux. There's also Ubuntu, which is if you are looking for an open source, meaning like you don't have to pay licensing for it at all, a really good operating system, really pretty user-friendly, pretty fairly compatible with Windows type things. I would go with Ubuntu, and it gets awesome updates like all the time, and you don't really get viruses because most of the people who have Ubuntu are the kind of people who would develop viruses, and therefore they make it so that the viruses can't hurt them. Also, Windows is most often targeted with viruses because it is the most used operating system. Yeah, so that's why Windows gets the most viruses, and Macs don't. Macs are pretty, but you know, they're expensive, so there are pros and cons to everything. I will say I have noticed that most astronomers use Macs, and I'm very confused by this because I would think that most astronomers would use Ubuntu, but I don't know, they all use Macs. It's crazy. I can program. And actually, you probably can too, because programming isn't as hard as it sounds, at least like the very basic programming, because it's just logic statements. It's more learning syntax than anything else, I would say. For really big things, like I can't program really huge things, but Python, which is the most recent like programming language that I have any programming experience in, which is like one program. I wrote like one program in Python. Did you know that Python is not named after the snake? It is named after Monty Python and the Flying Circus. That made me really happy. I was reading the tutorial. Anyway, I will put links in the doobly-doo on where you can find tutorials to learn some coding things and write your very own hello world statements and that kind of thing. And next week you will see some awesome footage from where I am right now, but I can't get it off my camera. Okay, Emily, I will see you on Friday. Bye guys!